Welcome to another West Ham United transfer news video. Today, we're going to be breaking down some news stories that have come up over the last couple of days. Is Declan Rice still Chelsea's #1 transfer target? We're going to be talking about the latest news regarding Eze. Is he going to be moving to Crystal Palace or are West Ham still in the hunt? As well as that, guys, make sure you voice your opinions in the comment section down below. I like interacting with you guys, and also, you know, it's good for my video, to be honest. Anyway, let's get into it. So let's talk about Declan Rice and the possibility of him going to Chelsea. Yes, he's been continuing linked pretty much every single day. Will Declan Rice end up at Chelsea or not? That is the question all West Ham fans and Chelsea fans want to know. However, it does look like that Chelsea are looking at alternative transfer targets to Declan Rice. I think Frank Lampard realises that despite him being his #1 transfer target in defence, that it's going to take a lot of money in order to prize him away. I think Chelsea know that we're not willing to accept players plus cash unless it's like 70, 80 million plus Ross Barkley. We're not going to be taking their, sloppy seconds. We don't want Michy Batshuayi. Michy Batshuayi doesn't want us anyway. And I think the forwards we've got are actually better than what Michy Batshuayi actually offers to West Ham. And I think Frank Lampard realises that it's going to cost a lot of money, that we do want probably all cash and a lot of it up front, 80 to 90 million pounds, and that's how much West Ham want. So I think he's realised that and he's starting to go to other transfer targets. He's been linked with Matthias Ginter in the Bundesliga, and also news today that they're being linked with Lewis Dunk of Brighton, who is a very good defender. I think he's a defender that would improve them. So it does look like that West Ham could be keeping hold of Declan Rice. Now, this could easily all change. Let's be honest. If Roman Abramovich really wanted to, they could spend 60 million like they have on Werner. They could spend possibly 80 million on Havertz. They could spend 35 million on Ziyech. They want a goalkeeper. They could spend 100 million on Oblak. They could easily spend 80 million. The fee that West Ham, a minimum, the fee that West Ham want, they could easily spend that. Chelsea have sort of got an open checkbook, especially after selling Hazard and selling Morata. So this could easily change. However, it does look like Frank Lampard is starting to look elsewhere in case he doesn't get his top targets. So it does look good for West Ham. However, Manchester United are also very keen in Declan Rice. And again, that's another place where it could be looking good for us, because they're about to sign Jadon Sancho for £120 million total package. Apparently 80 million is going to probably be up front. The rest are going to be instalments. They want a left-sided centre-back to partner Harry Maguire, and Declan Rice won't be a left-sided centre-back. I'd be very surprised if he is that man for Manchester United. So it does look like that we could be keeping hold of Declan Rice for a minimum of one more season, and then maybe next season Chelsea or Manchester United may come in with that offer, because it looks like they are prioritising other positions at the moment. Let's talk about Felipe Anderson. There's been some rumours going on that he flew to Italy, which apparently he is there right now, to have talks with Lazio's representatives about a possible transfer from West Ham to Lazio. Now, again, this is a transfer that sort of split opinion of the West Ham fan base. A lot of people want to give him that extra season to see where he goes, see how he performs. A lot of people believe that his best position is not on the left-hand side, because he has to do a lot of defensive work for Cresswell, and it is centrally. However, I think we've got to take a couple of things into account. I think it says a lot, firstly, that David Moyes didn't trust him leading up to the vital and pivotal games at the end of last season. And it shows that David Moyes doesn't trust him. However, we've also got to respect the fact that David Moyes has his own transfer targets. And at the moment, Felipe Anderson is one of those players, one of the luxury players that would bring in a decent amount of revenue, whether it be 20 million, 25 million, 30 million. He would be one of those players that would be sacrificed in order to bring the players that David Moyes wants. And the rumours were that, he went over to Italy to discuss talks with Lazio, and his brother come out on Instagram or Twitter, wherever it was, and said that this was categorically not the case. He has not gone over. He is in Italy, but he's not talking to Lazio. And of course he's going to say that. Let's be honest, he's not going to plaster all over, Twitter, oh yeah, well, my brother is, not committed to West Ham. He does want to move. However, I do believe that Felipe Anderson's heart's not in it anymore. I think you could tell by just looking at his body language towards the end of last season that his heart's not in it anymore, and he will probably be one of the players that will be made sacrificed in order to David Moyes to get one of his targets. However, guys, let me know what opinion do you stand on. Are you in the give Felipe Anderson one more chance, let's feed him a season? Or are you let's try and sell him, sacrifice him, and respect the fact that David Moyes wants to bring his own players in, like Eze, that we're going to talk about later in this video. Respect the fact that he wants to bring his own players in, and because Felipe Anderson is one of our, luxury players where we can sort of generate some kind of revenue, that he would be one of those players to be sacrificed. Let's talk about possible incomings to the club, and I think it's well publicised that West Ham have not got a lot of money, and it does look like at the moment we're going to be looking to be missing out on our top targets such as Eze. It looks like that Crystal Palace are going to be the ones that could probably win the race for Eze's signature. They've apparently already had 2 bids rejected according to Sky. The first offer was around about £8 million up front and £4 million in instalments. And then the next bid apparently was £12 million with a couple million in instalments. However, QPR do want to generate in order about 16 million up front and the rest in add-ons, which totals about £20 million. And it looks like at the moment that we're going to be losing out on this transfer. Now, where do I sit on this? Well, I do feel a little bit sorry for David Moyes here, because it's been clear to see that David Moyes 100% fancies him. It's been said that West Ham have got some transfer money, but it's been put aside to be signing defenders. Well, why have we not signed any defenders? If that's the case, we should be then going out to be signing our top defensive targets before other teams are going to go snatch them. And I do feel sorry for David Moyes because of the fact that he's gone and scouted Eze quite a few times. The game against Charlton, and I think it might have been after the Chelsea game. We beat Chelsea, and then the next day he was in a picture with Alan Irvine scouting at Loftus Road, watching Eze. And I just think it's such a shame, because it is clear to see that David Moyes clearly rates him. He wants to bring him in because he fits the style of play that David Moyes wants to sort of have at West Ham, whereas at quick 1-2s, fast-paced attacks. So I do feel a little bit sorry for him, because at the end of the day, if we do not start next season well, and I don't want to, bring some negative sort of vibes to the video. If we don't start next season well, then David Moyes is going to be the one that's going to take the blame. Managers always take the blame. However, the board have got to back him. It's £12 million. How can, no disrespect to clubs like Aston Villa, I know Aston Villa are a huge club, and no disrespect to Crystal Palace, but apparently Aston Villa have got £100 million transfer budget. They spent £120 million last year. I know West Ham spent a lot of money, but they've just survived relegation. They've got £120 million. They own their stadium. West Ham don't own their stadium, pay like £2.5 million rent per year, and we don't have any transfer budget. I know, the climate of the world has sort of hit everyone financially, but surely West Ham have got some sort of money. And if I was the owners, I would find that money and I'd be like to David Moyes, trust him a little bit. Taking the Jordan Hugo as, transfer out of it where we paid $9 million. And we could also use Hugo to our advantage, because it is known that QPR do want Hugo. Why don't we offer 13, 14 million pounds plus Hugo? Apparently we rate Hugo at around about 5 to 6 million. He scored 15 goals for QPR in the Championship. Why don't we offer him and find 13 million for somewhere so we can secure one of our top targets, attacking targets, and then worry about selling Lanzini and selling Anderson in the future? Because at the end of the day, we're going to miss out on our top transfer targets because of the fact that we're not guaranteed to shift Anderson. The transfer window's till the 5th of October. There's no guarantee that Felipe Anderson will be sold in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, before the start of the season. He could be one that be sold literally on the transfer deadline. Same with Lanzini. We've got to find clubs who are willing to pay the wages of 100k plus a week, and then the transfer fee that we want, so then we're able to go and buy our top targets. However, players like Eze and Matty Cash, they're going to be gone. Sheffield United have already had a 11 or 12 million pound bid rejected for Matty Cash. They're not mucking about. They're going to identify their targets, sign them straight away, and it does look like that West Ham are going to be sort of filtering down their shortlist of transfer targets. Instead of buying their number one attacking midfielder or left attacking midfielder in Eze, they're going to be trying to sign our third, fourth and fifth attacking midfielder, and the same with our left back and right backs. We're going to be looking down our shortlist and be like, well, Matty Cash was our number one right back target. He's gone to Sheffield United. However, we now have got to try and sign our third or fourth, whoever that may be, and do with them. And they've got to be sort of a stopgap until we can find someone better. And as a club, we shouldn't be run like that. And I don't want this video to end like this, but it is what it is. It does look like we're going to miss out on our top transfer targets because of the fact that the board, whether that's them being stingy or generally West Ham, don't actually have any money. We're going to miss out on our top transfer targets. So it's going to be interesting to see over the next couple of weeks of developments of the departures of Anderson, of Lanzini, if we're able to bring Eze in, or if Eze is going to go to Crystal Palace. But right now, it does look like Crystal Palace are the favourites to sign Eze. So guys, that's going to be the end of the video. If you like West Ham content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. I'll catch you in the next video. See you later.